Find product links below and hundreds more videos on my channel.
Hi everyone, welcome back. This is the Varavon V800. This is from the Slidecam range of sliders from Varavon. They have the Slidecam Lite, and then they have this one, which is quite a bit bigger than that, and then they have one which is bigger than this, which is the S900 or whatever. That's actually what I'm filming with right now, the S900. And the 900 and 800, those just mean the length of the slider. So 800 and here we have 900 millimeters. So they are very high quality sliders. I will have a separate review about the S900. And so this, it's a very high quality slider. It has a very, very high quality rail, very high quality bearing system, very strong, no wobble, and it is fully adjustable. So I'm very happy with that. And then with the legs, there are some things that, I thought could be improved, but, so it's not 100% perfect, but, nothing's perfect. So overall, I'm very happy with this, and I'll speak about the things that I like and the things that I don't like. And yeah, now a quick note before I start the review is that just like with every other one of my reviews, I never get paid for reviews. Everything is independent, and everything that I say is just sort of my opinions, not a paid advertisement. So this Varavon V800 is, 800 is a good length, but of course, you could just choose the length that works for you. For me, I found that 1 meter is the ideal length, but 80 centimeters, which is this, is just easier to fit into a large suitcase. 1 meter just won't fit into most suitcases, harder to travel abroad with and that sort of thing. And even on the train if you need to carry a suitcase. So 800, a lot of people ask me about the length. I find that I either like 800 or 1 meter, which is 100 centimeters. And okay, so we've got connection points here, and then in the center, and of course we have a connection point on the other side as well. They are at a good distance away from here, where they might, if they were too close to the edge, they, it would be possibly whatever you tried to connect to there might hit this thing. So good distance. They have these cutouts, which I've found to actually be a really nice addition. They mean that you have just something a little extra to grip with. It does save a very, very small amount of weight, which, is good. And yeah, and it's just slightly nicer to work with having these cutouts over here. It also means that, if you needed to check or maybe try and clean the something out of there, then you'd be able to reach it a lot easier without any disassembly. And, even just to check and have a look if it's clean. So that's nice. It's a nice addition. Now, the rail is, as I mentioned, the rail is very high quality, and I do like it. And the carriage system is very, very good. This is my favorite carriage system of any slider that I've used, because it has a system that allows you to connect your system onto here very easily, your fluid head and your camera system. A lot of the time, you would have seen me do this in some of my videos, showing sort of time-lapse setups and just whatever, shooting with sliders. You would have seen my large camera setups and fluid head setups on top of the slider. And what that means is that they are, a lot of the time, just very difficult and, not just annoying, enough that it's annoying and time-consuming to spin around the slider in order to screw the head system and the camera system onto the slider. Usually I would connect the head system first, but if I'm already using the head system on something else and I would like to transfer it onto a slider, then I do a lot of the time just leave the camera on it because I don't really have a place to put the camera down, or for whatever reason. So either with or without a camera, it is spinning the entire big fluid head on top of a slider is just a bit annoying, mainly because of the panhandle and the size of the unit. Here we have something which just makes that so much easier and quicker, which is this this wheel here. And so you just tighten the wheel, or just close the wheel just with finger strength, and then do that to lock the head in place. Of course, you can hold it either from there or from the head itself. And that's it. It's really, really quick to connect very large head systems to this, which I think is great. By the way, this is a Varavon bullhead that I got, not to use myself actually, because I have their big fluid head, but I actually just got this to review for you guys, as well as a bunch of other bullheads. I'll have videos about that soon. So So I really like that. It has a bubble level, which is nice. It's good that they have it. And usually I would have a bubble level on the head, on the fluid head, as well as sometimes even on the top of the camera. So I don't have to have that there, but it is good that it's there. And we do have a lock system over here, which works just fine. Some people get the wrong idea and think that these systems are intended to be used as a friction adjustment, and they are absolutely not usable as a friction adjustment. So it's a lock. And so it's got a nice locking system, no problems there. The friction adjustment is done from the inside of the unit, and actually the instructions that came with it, I wasn't able to adjust it using those instructions. It was a bit difficult, so I opened it up and had a look at the way it worked inside. And I posted, I filmed a video. Actually, I haven't posted it yet, but I filmed a video showing how to adjust the friction in the bearing system here. It's actually quite simple, just slightly different from the method explained in the instruction manual. So I'll post a link below to that video. Now we do have one cleaner that's included with it. It doesn't have any felt pads on the sides, so it's not very much usable as a bumper, but it's not such a huge deal. But yeah, you do get one of these, which is just a cleaning thing, which adds oil and spreads the oil out. But I haven't actually had to use this oil because I've not been feeling any bumps from any dust. So yeah, but it is important to have that, especially if you're working outdoors in dusty environments and that sort of thing. So over here, the leg system, actually I feel, could be improved. It's not bad at all, but it's made from molded metal. So that is not the ideal metal to do this with. It's very strong. I actually shot a little clip of myself putting weights on this, and I think I put something like 34 kilograms of weight on 1 foot to test its strength, and it didn't even bend. So it's not at all a weak foot. It's very strong. But what this means, because it's a cast metal instead of a milled metal, cast means that they'd have a mold and they'd pour the metal into it. And machined would be that a piece. For example, this piece is machined. They have a piece of metal, aluminium, and they would use a machine to cut the shape out of it. So with this cast metal, what you would want to do is when you adjust the feet, you just want to unscrew this enough so that you're not ratcheting it and using force to ratchet, but you want to just unscrew this slightly more and then make sure that you're pushing downwards, putting a little bit of pressure downwards against. So basically it has little teeth in there. I'll actually unscrew this and show you those little teeth. And basically the only thing here is you want to be careful not to damage those teeth. So let me show this up close. There we are. So those teeth, you got those teeth on both sides, and you just want to make sure that you're not just unscrewing it a tiny bit and then ratcheting it like that, where it'll do little clicks. That's fine, but just because of the type of metal that was used here, you might wear these teeth down, which isn't going to be the end of the world. It's it's still going to be usable. It's still going to hold, but ideally you just don't want to wear those teeth down. Let's get this in focus. You don't want to wear those teeth down, so just put a little bit of pressure downwards before you turn. Let me show you how that would be done. So you're locked like this. By the way, these are because of the type of metal, these are a little bit stiff when you first get these, so that the knobs are a little bit stiff, but after a few minutes of use or a little bit of time, they loosen up a bit. So that's fine. So let's say from a locked position where it's not moving anywhere, it's nice and solid, to wanting to adjust it. So just unscrew it a few more times than you would think is the needed amount, and then just push against it with your finger downwards and then turn. And that way those teeth aren't grinding against each other, and and then these feet are perfectly fine. And they are very, very adjustable. So you've got the adjustment for that sort of thing, which means basically that if you're working in an area which isn't just completely flat, you can really nicely adjust these feet to do whatever you want them to do, pretty much. And then so that's your adjustment, which also allows you to fold these up nicely for more convenient carrying without removing the feet. So you can leave the feet on there permanently like that. And then, and you know, you could fold this inwards if you like. And then it just fits into the case like that. And yeah, that's nice. And then whenever you need them, they're already attached to the slider, which I like. By the way, you can also press down on the actual thing here in order to move these feet. As an example, what you don't want to do is just do that, where you can hear the teeth clicking against each other. So, okay, then we have this adjustment here. Same thing, you don't want to have the teeth grind up against each other, so just push against it slightly, like I didn't do it enough. So just push against it, sort of separate the teeth a little bit before moving it, and it won't get damaged. And as I said, it is a very, very strong set of legs. They held up about half a human of weight, so half my weight, half my body weight. So and that was just one set of legs. So with 4 legs, you could probably stand on the slider without any damage. I mean, I don't recommend that you do that, but they are very strong. And then at the end, we do have an adjustment here for fine adjustments. So you just spin these legs like that, and that just pushes the rubber foot downwards or upwards for really, really fine adjustment. And it does have a little plastic cap on the end, which is nice, prevent it from scratching anything. There it is. Now over here we've got markings on the side of the rail. It's a sticker with centimeter marks, which I do prefer to having inch markings, which you will find on some other sliders, so I do prefer centimeter markings. Okay, let's lock that up. And I'm going to fold these up like that and show you how I'd want to fit them into the case. Generally, you would want to have it something like this, and it fits really nicely into the case. When you fold the legs up like that, or you could leave them open like this. One thing you want to note is that when the feet are closed, you'll lose about an inch unless you unless you take one side and just do that before shooting. Just because that gets in the way. If you have it folded inwards like that, then you don't lose anything. So I mean, that's fine. And yes, so that is the basics of this slider. Overall, it's a really nice quality system. The leg connections, they're nice and quick to remove and to adjust. The slider itself has a very, very high quality bearing system. I'll show you these legs here, like that. So you can remove these if you like. It does come with a high quality case. The cases that come for the legs are, low cost, but as I mentioned, it's a fairly low cost slider. So, they've saved a bit of money on here, and I don't really feel the need for these to be more than this. I don't really need anything for this because this just fits into the case on the slider. So I don't feel the need for anything additional to carry this. And that's basically it. So it is a nice quality system. I like it. There's not really many complaints I would have about this. As I said, just the thing about the legs, and overall it's nice, it's high quality, and yeah, I like it. So thanks for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments. I will have a separate video about the S900, which is a very, very similar unit. And I will have, a little bit of footage with this, but basically it's a very, very smooth slider, not really much more to think about. There's no friction at all, even under load on the bearing system, and it is a very, very sturdy bearing system. So overall, I'm happy with it, and I do recommend it. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe and check out my other videos, and I'll see you soon. Bye.